first broadcast of 2021, and I am totally chilling. I want to make sure that all of you are aware of what it is that the Female Masterpiece will be focusing on for 2021 and how it may or may not affect you as you decide what you will be focusing on for 2021 as well. Of course, we have so much to be glad that 2020 is over with. I'm so glad it's over. I'm totally looking forward to 2021 as to what needs to be done. Like, can we just get this whole COVID thing over with, for goodness sakes? I totally want it over with. Many of you all already know that as the Female Masterpiece, I always come up with a theme for each particular year that my brand will focus on. So for 2021, there is a new theme. Some of you have already seen it. Some of you all are aware of it. Last year, the theme was clarity, of course, because it was 2020. It was clarity, vision. The year before that, I think it was intentional. And then the year before that was overflow. So for this particular year, I wanted to come up with something else that would be good to focus on for this year. What would be most befitting for 2021 as we go through? What would be the best theme, I would say, for 2021? And so the word is shift. Shift happens. A lot of you all have seen that theme already. And I think it's a good word for 2021 because that was probably the big lesson that we learned in 2020 was how to shift and how to pivot and recognizing that shift happens, right? Yeah, we learned that all too well. So that would be what I focus on for 2021 as we get through the days. I don't know if you all ever think about what it is that you will focus on for the year. I know a lot of people have New Year's resolutions. I don't do New Year's resolutions. Maybe I'll post that blog and tell you why I think New Year's resolutions are silly or why I just don't do them. They're not necessarily silly, but just why I don't do them. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. So it's not a New Year's resolution, but it's more or less the focus. What is it that I will spend my days being fully aware of and being fully engrossed in for the entire year? And that will be shifting. That really is what it is for me. It's not a New Year's resolution. It's merely coming up with what it is that I intend to focus on for the year. I try to get a lot of you all masterpieces to do the same thing. I try to get you all to think about what it is that you want to focus on for the year. The New Year's resolutions that people make, those are fine. Again, I'm just not a New Year's resolutions person. Whenever I decide that I am going to do something, that I'm going to change something, I just do it at that moment. I don't wait till January 1st. I don't say I'm going to start a diet a week from now. I don't say I'm going to start something 5 days from now. If I've made a decision at that moment as to something that I am going to do, I merely do it at that moment. I don't need a target date to say I'm going to start a diet on January 1 or I'm going to lose weight at a particular time. If it is a movement or feeling or emotion that I have at that moment that is changing me or that's something that I need to change, I feel like it should be done at that moment. You've made the commitment, you dedicated to that, you need to change it or you want to do it or you need to do it, then the moment you should start working on that is at that moment that you have the epiphany. Here's the thing about New Year's resolutions and focusing on something for a new year. The word for 2021 is shift. So for this year, it'll be Shift Sundays, okay? That'll be the hashtag Shift Sundays. So I'll try to come on Sundays or I'll be posting things on Sundays just to, again, just kind of talk about what shifting means, how you need to prepare yourself to shift into whatever it is that you're trying to do. The analogies that I make throughout the year hopefully will become crystal clear as to what it is that I mean by shifting, okay? A lot of you all that love cars may know what my analogy will be as I use the word shift. But here's the thing that I want to say to you guys, and I don't plan on keeping you here long. I just want to get you to think about what it is that you're focusing on for 2021. What it is that really that you're trying to change about yourself, personally or professionally, that you really need to do or that you really want to do. I need you to understand that any time that you plan to change something enhance something, do something better, commit to anything, there's two things that has to happen, okay? Two things that has to happen. It's not enough to just say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 15 pounds, or I want to lose weight for a wedding, or I want to travel, or I want to change my attitude, or I want to become healthier. Okay. It's not enough to just say that you want to do that. You have to make the covenant, but you also have to make the change. You have to have the covenant to actually want to change. In order for you to change, something has to give. Something has to stop in order for you to make a change. You can't just say, I want to lose weight. I want to have a different attitude. I want to do whatever. I want to find a man or whatever that is. You can't just say you want to do that. If there is a change to be made, you have to give up something in order for the change to take place. You can't stay the way that you are in hope that the change that you expect will happen. You have to give up something. It's not that easy, okay? It's not that you can't just say, all right, I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna lose 15 pounds. Yeah. Nope. No. You have to give up something. You have to be disciplined, and you have to give up something in order for you to reach the level that you're trying to reach. In order for you to reach the goal that you're trying to reach, you have to give up something. You have to make the covenant to yourself that this is what you want to do. And two, you have to give up something, because it's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be comfortable. Okay. It's a change. It's a process that happens. And in order for it to happen, it's not going to be that easy to do. If it was that easy to do, then why the hell are you making the resolution or the promise to yourself to do the change, right? If it was that easy, you wouldn't even need to promise yourself that you're going to do it. You would just do it, right? So as we go through, understand first is that you have to give up something, okay? If you're trying to have a better circle, if you're trying to have a better attitude, if you're trying to lose weight, that means you have to stop eating certain foods. You have to give up certain things in order for you to lose weight. It's not enough to just work out every single day and think you're going to lose the weight. It does not happen that way. You have to give up something. You got to give up candy. You got to give up cookies. You got to give up those things that your body type tells you that you should not have, because that's what's making you fluffy. Okay. I know what my weaknesses are. My body shape is called an endodorf. And I know that carbs are the devil for my body. So I know that I can't eat a lot of sweets. I can't eat a lot of carbs. I can't do a lot of things when it comes to my body shape. And in order for you to lose weight, in order for you to achieve those goals, you need to understand what body shape you are. If you are a naturally skinny person and you're always skinny, but you want to tone up, you are not an endodorf, okay? You are not an endodorf. You are something else, okay? And you need to know what you need to do in order to maintain a lean body, but also be able to build muscle for someone who is completely lean, but would like to shape and tone. If you do not know these things, then you are not off to a very good track to losing weight, okay? You have to be able to understand your body type and what you need to do in order to get the body that you want. You have to give up something in order for you to change. You have to give up something. It just doesn't work any other way. You have to make the commitment, and you have to give up something. So as we go into 2021, I hope that you all rethink whatever it is that you said your resolutions were on Friday and that you said you were going to do and what your goals are for 2021. Go back and rethink. Grab your Female Masterpiece Gratitude Journal, because you know I got to plug my book. Go back and grab your journal and rethink what it is that you promised that you were going to do for 2021. And determine what it is that you're giving up. What it is that you're giving up that you're going to change in order for you to reach the goals that you're trying to reach for 2021. And in the process, I will help you figure out how to pivot and shift throughout this year. How we're going to shift through things. How you take things that come your way. Things that will throw you off your path. Things that will bring you to a dead end, and you may not have the right choices or the decisions to make. But how do you do that anyway at the time that you need to shift? We'll talk about that. We'll figure that out along the way as you go through. There is no master plan for this. The master plan right now is for you to make the covenant with yourself that this is something that you want to do. And the second thing you need to do is understand and put it in your mind and in your heart and in your soul that in order for you to make the change, you have to give up something. You can't be the same person and expect the same results. It doesn't happen that way. All right? So 2021, up your dukes. We are ready for this. We can do this. I'm really excited about 2021. I'm really excited about your 2021. As we go through and talk about this for the next few weeks, the next few months, you know that every quarter that there is a different emphasis in the Female Masterpiece brand and the movement. And so the first quarter of each year is always emotional. The first 3 months, January, February, March, is always emotional. It is one of 4 pillars that I focus on and concentrate on for males and for females. So I call you all female masterpieces, but for my men, you are male masterpieces. And I refer to both of you all as masterpieces. So that's where we're going for 2021. And I know we can do this. 2020 was tough as heck. Let me just tell y'all, it was so tough. It was so hard to get through some of those months and some of those weeks. And I know it wasn't that easy for many of you as well. Things happen, right? Shift happened in 2020. So now we're going to talk about how we can shift and how we can pivot to get through 2021 better than we did for 2020. But we're going to level up. We're going to elevate. We're going to rise. We're going to get more. We're going to have an abundant life in 2021. And we're going to take those darts and dead ends and pits and pivots and take it, just take it in stride. We're going to take it in stride so that it doesn't defeat us and that, we're going to have some pits, but we don't have to stay there forever. All right. So thanks for joining me. Please feel free to share out this message. If you have questions along this way, please put it in the comment. I'm always monitoring the comments from my posts as well as my team. They also notify me when there are comments or questions that come up to me and I haven't seen those yet. So please feel free to engage with me. And again, like I said, we are going to enjoy 2021 because 2020, I don't know, we didn't do so well in 2020. It was just too much thrown at us. But 2021, we're ready for this. We're ready for a new elevation. We're ready to shift when it all happens, right? So have a good night. I will talk to you guys soon. And like I said, thank you for being here with me through this journey for the female masterpiece. Have a good night.